Hello and welcome. Hope you guys are having a great day. I was going to record some regular quick matches, some ranked matches and stuff, but I can't find a match. I just can't. So we're going to do what every logical Roller Champions content creator should be doing right now, and that's upload a video on how to get speed. Everybody's talked about it, everybody's asked questions about it, and it's only natural that I give my own input on that as well and hopefully teach you guys something today. So before we get started, I just want to note that I am using the default control scheme for Roller Champions. And now we're gonna try to go through it step by step, but I'm not the best at explaining things, so I'm gonna do what I can. So I feel one of the best ways to start for a beginner is to make sure that you really understand how pumping works. We should all know how to by now. Pumping is done with the right trigger, but you'll find that if you hold it down too much, it really doesn't do a whole lot, especially if you try to go on an upward slope. You know, you really don't keep a whole lot of that speed, and anyone that knows physics should know what's happening there. You need to let go once you have collected all of the speed that you can get, and you need to be letting your skates do the rest. All I'm doing is pumping, letting go of it, and that's it. You know, once I start moving upwards and have, you know, collected all the speed I can, you just let go, and it'll do the rest for you. So now every time you feel like you want to go just a little bit faster, you just need to position yourself on these downward slopes so that you can keep pumping. So the next thing we're going to do is add a single jump to our pumping, specifically around the height of these walls. Once you start going horizontal and you get on these walls, and same for this, once you start to go up, that's when you're going to jump. So you can see by adding a jump, we're already getting higher. It looks a little clunky, but there is a reason for that. So now we're going to work on timing our jump. You'll notice that every time you're jumping, your skates are kind of clunking, right? They're connecting to the wall. It's not perfectly nice and smooth like you've seen all the players do. The reason for that is because it requires a very specific timing in order to jump correctly. And it usually only works once you get good speed going, but you can see there, if you time it just right, it's very smooth and it's very easy to really start getting some height. And all this is a collection of pumping and jumping. There are no other mechanics being used, no errant emote, no uppercut, no tackle. This is just pumping and jumping. Now, if that's too difficult, I would start with an uppercut. That's gonna put you up high on the wall and you're gonna be moving over 100 pretty much immediately. From there, a lot of it is just consistency. Making sure you're moving around the arena, making sure you're not hitting anything clunky. One thing I see players do is this. They go straight down, they don't let go of their pump, and you'll see that they lift off the ground coming off of this hip, and that slows them down. However, if you go diagonally down these, you will ride down much smoother. So don't go straight down the hips. Go diagonal. If you're not in the position to set up to go down diagonally, simply let go and just wait till you reach the bottom before you pump. Don't pump all the way down the wall. Sure, it sacrifices some speed, but it's better than slamming down and losing all of it. Now, I'm sure being able to uppercut, you guys have gotten used to getting some form of speed really easily, but how does that work with the ball when you can't uppercut? So, as said, the jumping and pumping still works. If you practice this timing and get the hang of it, you will still get a ton of height by being the ball carrier. It just requires a very specific timing on the jump input. And I'll do it a couple times just so that you can get a better idea and maybe watch for yourself to see when the jump is actually happening. But it's kind of happening the moment I'm going horizontal up the wall. Once you really start moving up and that momentum goes upwards, that's when you want to jump. And so you just have to mess with your timing to see if you're doing it too early or too late. Now, that really smooth jump only works when you have a good bit of speed already built. And if you try to do it here, you're not going to be doing it as smoothly because you don't have all that upwards momentum to help you get up there. So if you're going too slow to be able to hit those smooth jumps, you can try dodge jumping, just by dodging and jumping once you reach that height. And that's going to give you a lot of height immediately to get started on your timing jumps. And again, if you cannot get the hang of the timing jumps just yet, stick to using just dodge jumps until you're a little bit more comfortable. But you are going to want to practice those timed jumps to get the hang of them, because with the dodge jump, you do get a lot of height, but you have a tendency to come away from the wall a little bit, and so you have to be careful. So next, we're going to implement 2 new moves that will increase the amount of height we can get. The first one is the Roundhouse Kick. It doesn't look like much, but if you're going faster and you're already getting height, this tiny boost will actually provide a lot for you. If you do just a regular uppercut, you're going to go to mid-body about at the 2 orange lines there, but if we combine that with a Roundhouse Kick, we are above it. Maybe not by a noticeable difference, but that small little bit of extra height can mean a lot. And now the same goes for the air emote. The air emote can be done by holding X or just tapping it again while in the air. While it looks quite silly, we can test it again with our same system. About mid-body with the uppercut, and about down to the legs with the air emote. Now if we combine the 2 and do an air emote with the Roundhouse Kick, we now get our skates above the 2 orange lines. Now, when is this effective? This can be effective when trying to get just a little bit of extra height on the wall. And this can also be effective to get you just a little bit more air time to clear lanes. Now, one thing that you do need to be aware of, if you are in the middle of an air emote and you touch any collision in the arena, you're going to fall. And it looks very silly. But the reason I tell you this is because if you are trying to do this on the walls, you can run into some issues. The reason I tell you this is because I just want you guys to be careful when going up these walls to not get too carried away and collide your skates with the wall, because you're going to lose the ball, right? We don't want that. So even just an uppercut, I mean, that's enough height to have enough speed to do whatever you need to do. So if you don't feel like adding them all in one single jump or doing anything super fancy with it for that extra inch of height, don't worry about it. Do it later. So without being the ball carrier, if we add all of these things together, we learn that use an uppercut to get height first, and then try to time our jumps as best as we can to try to work on them timing jumps. And this is at the very least going to help you maintain your speed, right? Maybe I'm not going the fastest, but I am maintaining consistent speed. I'm staying mobile, I'm staying active, I'm moving, it's very easy to get to where you need to go by making sure that you're getting height before you come down these lanes. That way you can keep your speed. As the ball carrier, if we mix all of these things together, we're going to start with our dodge jump just to get a little bit of that extra height going for us and get us started. A little bit messy, but it's because I need to dodge jump again. And so as we start to get more smooth, I said, as we start to get more smooth, we'll find it much easier to keep speed with the ball carrier without any crazy tactics. And all this is a combination of pumping and jumping with maybe an extra move here and there to give us a little boost when we feel like we need it. So with that said, I hope that this has helped you guys get a little bit more speed in the arena. I hope it's less confusing, but I'm sure until you get in there and practice it, it's still going to be confusing. ask questions, ask for help. With that said, I want to record more gameplay. I just can't find a match right now. You know, if you're also struggling to find a match, hop into custom games. Keep practicing, because eventually they will fix these issues and you will be able to find matches. So use this time to prepare. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe, because I have more videos on the topic of roller champions than anyone else across multiple platforms, and I plan to keep that up. So have a great rest of your day. Hang in there until these matchmaking issues get fixed, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Damn it!